Welcome to our 6th lesson in our Excel 101 for financial modeling. In this lesson, we'll learn all about spreadsheets, how to navigate through your workbook just using your keyboard, also how to insert and delete sheets and change sheet names, change sheet colors, and lastly, how to move or copy sheets within your workbook or to another workbook. So first, if you press the Control key and the page up, page down keys, you can see below that you can navigate within your workbook to a different spreadsheet. Now, this is going to be one of the most frequently used shortcuts again for financial modeling. As the more complex your financial model gets, the more spreadsheet there's going to be, and obviously you want to be very efficient in moving around your Excel workbook. Remember that you have to press Control key, the page up, page down key simultaneously, and in case you're working on a laptop computer, you might want to use the function key, in other words, the FN key, or you might want to press the Shift key simultaneously if you're not working with a full-size keyboard. Next is about how to insert spreadsheets. So the shortcut would be Alt-H and IS for insert sheet. So it's relatively simple. So Alt-H, IS will create a brand new spreadsheet with no prior formatting. An alternative to doing this is to press the Shift key and the F11 key. So the Shift key and the function 11 key will do the same task. Whichever you prefer, whichever you feel more comfortable memorizing. But I do recommend the Alt-H-IS shortcuts because if you want to delete the spreadsheet, the shortcuts this time would be Alt-H-DS, and DS is for delete sheet. So there's a high relationship between insert sheet and delete sheet, so it's going to be much more easier to memorize. So again, Alt-H-DS to delete sheet. Next, how to change the sheet name. So for example, if you want to change the sheet names to, let's say, maybe 2.16, there are two ways that you can do it actually. You could double click on the sheet name and it automatically lets you to change the sheet names, and you can press enter afterwards. That's one way to go. But if you want to use your keyboard, the shortcuts are going to be Alt-H, and this time we're going to use the O key for format. So O is for format, and then the R key is for rename sheet. So Alt-H-O-R does the same function that we double clicked on the sheet names. And personally, I do feel that rather than using your mouse, the keyboard provides much more efficiency. So I do recommend you memorize this particular shortcut. So Alt-H-O-R to change the sheet names. Next up, we are going to change the sheet colors from time to time. It doesn't come often, but it does come from time to time. Again, two ways to do it. You can press the right button on your mouse, and you can go to tab colors and select whatever color you like. An alternative way to do that is the right button, and if you press the T key on your keyboard, it automatically lets you select again your desired colors. If you only want to use your keyboard, again, Alt-H-O for format, and you would press the T key for tab color, and this time you can choose your tab colors just by using your keyboard. And personally, regarding how to change sheet colors, sometimes I use my mouse, sometimes I use the keyboard, because if you're only changing the colors for just one spreadsheet, I would usually use the keyboard for efficiency. But if you're trying to select like 5 sheets and change the sheet colors all at the same time, using your mouse, it lets you select all of the spreadsheets at once. And how you do that is you use the shift keys together simultaneously, and it allows you to select multiple sheets at once. Or you can also use the control keys, which allows you to select not only the adjacent cells, the adjacent sheets, but also sheets that are far away. So in those cases, I would rather use the mouse to change the sheet colors, but it's not important. It doesn't make a very big difference, so I believe that you could go either way. And the next part as well, about moving or copying sheets, is also a part where you could also use your mouse or your keyboard. For this one, I do personally prefer to use the mouse. If you want to move the sheets around, you can simply just drag your sheets and it would move to that preferred location. But if you wanted to use your keyboard, again, it's Alt-H-O for format, and then you would use the M character to open up move or copy sheet. And then you would use your arrow keys and move to a desired location, and if you press enter, that will move the current sheet to your desired location. But personally, I think just dragging your spreadsheet using just your mouse is much more efficient. And lastly, to copy the exact same sheet, again, two methods that you can do. Number one, you could press the control key, and then if you drag your selected spreadsheet and let it go, it's going to create an exact duplicate of that spreadsheet. I'm going to delete it for now. But again, an alternative way to go is Alt-H-O-M, and you want to check the checkbox. So using your keyboard, it's going to be Alt-C, allows you to check the checkbox, and if you press enter, again, it's going to create a duplicate of your previous selected spreadsheet. But again, personally, I prefer the mouse because it's much more simple and it's not a very recurring and frequent task. So in this lesson, we've learned all about spreadsheets, how to move around your workbook, how to insert and delete spreadsheets, how to change sheet names, how to change the sheet colors, and lastly, how to move and copy your spreadsheets.